This video is about how to be authentically yourself. And this is one of the best things you can do for yourself and the world around you by really showing who you really are, your true expression, all of your gifts and talents and ideas to the world, okay? Now, this is a really hard thing to do because society wants us to fit in and wants us not to be too different. And many of you might be feeling like you have put yourself into this box or are hiding and putting a mask over the real you so that you could better fit into the world around you. And I want to tell you how you can stop doing that. So let's jump into it, okay? Now, based on how much you are currently not being your true self, there are different extreme levels of what you need to do, okay? So on the worst end of things, you are feeling like you're in a job where you can barely even share your ideas. You feel really nervous to speak in meetings, or maybe you're told not to even speak in meetings. You're in a relationship where you feel like you can't really say what's on your heart, or you're around family where you feel like you can't really tell your family everything that is on your heart as well. And you're kind of just staying silent and you're just not happy. So for example, let's say you're vegan and you are constantly in environments around family where people are making fun of you for being vegan, or they are just really disrespecting you for that decision. And this can apply to anything in your life, whether it's you not drinking alcohol, whether it's you having certain passions or hobbies, whether it's you just having certain ideas or beliefs and just feeling like you could never really feel safe to share those because they're so different to everyone else. And it also triggers everyone else around you to think more about their own actions, which then causes them to make you the guilty one. And so anyway, so that's one extreme of really not being yourself. On the other hand of the spectrum, we have someone or you that is feeling like, okay, well, you want to just be more of yourself, right? Maybe you are already able to share, you're already able to feel safe in the family and the work that you're in and your school, and you just want to figure out, okay, I just want to be even more of myself. Maybe I want to be a little bit more confident to wear my favorite colors or to say what I really want to say in class or whatever it is. So those are the two extremes, right? And based on where you fall on that spectrum, you're going to have to take different actions. If you are on the side of just completely being very misunderstood, you're gonna have to take some drastic actions, girl or man, because you know what you've done hasn't worked. In terms of maybe you've tried to assert a boundary, maybe you've tried to share how it makes you feel when people are disrespecting your authentic self. And it hasn't really gotten you anywhere. And I think this is the universe's sign telling you, hey, like you really have to make some major changes in your life. And for this, honestly, I really recommend removing yourself from the friends, people, workplaces that don't allow you to be yourself. Now, this might put you in a place of financial insecurity. This might make you lonely, but it's kind of like just what you need to do at this point because there isn't really any other solutions for you. But maybe this is the sign, right? So you either have to move, like physically move. That's probably gonna be the easiest thing for you to do in terms of like cutting things off and changing your work. Or you have to just go for an extended period of travel and then figure out what you're gonna do when you come back. I have done both of these things on many occasions until I finally landed on where I want to be. And that's what I really recommend you do. Now, if you're on the other side of, you know, maybe you are already a little bit confident, now you just need to dial it up, okay? So these are going to be steps 2 and 3. So you don't have to do step 1 if you feel like, all right, I don't need that drastic of a shift. But to be honest, if a drastic shift is on your heart, then you need a drastic shift, okay? Just give yourself permission because you have one life. And the longer you spend feeling so trapped and contained and like your authentic self is like, oh, like I'm just like not able to like be who I want to be, then, you know, that was dramatic. But, you know, you need to take a dramatic action, okay? Okay, so let's say we're moving on to step 2. Step 2 is discover and love the real you. So this means going on a self-discovery journey. This is when people usually have their awakening, right? You're kind of in that process. If you're watching this video, you've realized the world as it is not really your vibe, and you want to discover what else is out there, and you also want to discover the real you. So in order to do this, I want you to really write down and reflect on, what are all the things that make me who I am? Is it my smile? Is it my energy? Is it the fact that I love the color coral? Is it the fact that I love animals more than other people love animals? Is it the fact that I love to paint or sing, or, you know, just really reflect on what different things make you who you are, and in what situations do you feel the most authentically yourself. For example, I feel the most authentically myself when I'm making YouTube videos, when I'm speaking on stages, when I'm writing books. Those are the moments in my life where I feel the most like myself. So I want you to figure out, what are those moments for you specifically? Then you're going to really think about, what are all your thoughts and opinions on things. Like, it's okay to have thoughts and opinions that are different than the majority of people, but unless you kind of find other people that share those similar thoughts and opinions on things, you're going to feel very isolated. And although it's important to put ourselves in positions where people disagree with us and continue to learn, it also gets exhausting. So at some point, you need to be around people that share your passions. Let's say you really care about Mother Earth. You get really angry when you see people like drilling oil on the ground, right? Maybe you need to be friends with environmental activists and surround yourself with people that feel that same love for Mother Earth, for example. Okay, those are about your thoughts and opinions. And the third is human design and astrology. Now, I love human design and astrology. I do readings for human design and astrology. If you guys want to check those out, I'm having a little Black Friday, 50% off. But these are two tools that help you understand patterns around the way you have energy, where your energy comes from, where your personality comes from. It helps you understand what kind of characteristics are in different areas of your life. And they just really help you have a more holistic understanding of yourself, even if you don't want to completely believe in them. Nevertheless, they are a tool and a guideline for you to better understand yourself. So you might be very resonant with them. So, you know, check them out and see what you learn about yourself. It could help you be more authentically yourself. The third thing you're going to do is dive into what you love and make friends that have seen the real you, and just commit to this on a daily basis. Find daily ways to use your voice. Something I really wanted to mention here is that when you are not being authentic, your voice is shut off, okay? You feel like you can't be loud. You feel like I'd rather be quiet. You feel like I shouldn't take up so much space. Like, I'm different, I'm weird. Like, I should just kind of like, you know, not disturb everybody with my very wild and strange ways. And the more that you're in that environment, number one, that I talked about, the more your voice gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to a point where you feel like you almost don't recognize your voice. Like, you hear yourself speaking and you're like, who is that? If you've gone to that point, girl, the radical shift, like, you need that. Yeah, that's what happens. So your voice shuts down, your heart shuts down, your heart stops feeling so deeply because it feels like, oh, I just can't be who I really am. So let me just like shield. And then your sacral chakra, your center of your creativity, also shuts down, and you start having anger towards the world. I'm speaking about women mostly. You start having this anger. And when women don't express their anger and don't allow it to come out of their body, it literally manifests in pain in your throat, in your heart, in your center of creativity. You literally get UTIs because you're pissed off, right? UTI related to urine. It's the pissed offness to the world. And so, you know, that might be why you're having these problems, because you're just so far from being your authentic self. But the good news is that you can change this. It's all in your hands. It's all in your hands. No one is actually physically tying you down. You can move, you can get out, you can pack your bags, put the flight on a credit card and get the F out of wherever you're being trapped. And damn, it's dramatic, guys. Yeah, and you can just get out. You can move, you can leave, you can just go and have some time to really be free and be yourself. And once you do this, you will just radiate. You will be such a different version of who you used to be, where you were trying to fit into everything, and you'll just radiate from your entire being, because now instead of your throat being blocked, it's blossoming, and you're speaking and you're sharing, and your heart is blossoming, and your sacral and creativity is blossoming, and you're dancing and you're living and you're singing and you're expressing, and you're just like, I don't care anymore, because I realize that none of this really matters. And more so, the world needs this. The world needs your creativity. It needs your authenticness. It needs your expression. It needs your truth. Because you were born to be authentic. You were born to give the world the gift of you. So go out there and do it, okay? Your authentic expression is unique and needed. That is my last point for this video. Go have a beautiful day and go out there and just be who you really are. And I love you guys, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, yeah, if you want some readings, if you want to better understand who you are, happy to help you. Just check out the website for that, and I will see you guys later.